Welcome back, Wolfpack. Verlis here to some more Fan Fridays, this time featuring some battles from John, who is looking to rewrite everything we know about Pokemon. So, early Focus Punch hitting for the win. When I see something like the Breloom next to a Lopunny, I'm like, wait a second, can you after you the Focus Punch? And if so, have I talked about it before? Like, is my memory that bad that I don't remember talking about this combo? Or has it just been something that's overlooked, but has no reason to not work, but people don't try it anyways? I don't know. Because, like, Focus Punch, that's a pretty off-the-radar move to begin with. Same with After You, but it's like you bring it together, I don't see a reason why it wouldn't work. It is negative priority. There could be some barricades right there. But overall, I have it, like, it does also seem like it's impossible just speed up the Focus Punch and then do insane amounts of damage. So, Mega Lopunny is going to be the choice for Lopunny. Makes sense. 135 base speed. That's a pretty fast pretty fast Focus Punch. And then we're going to see what the Breloom can do with Focus Punch. It's also a pretty powerful Pokemon to begin with. So Caracosta, that's going to be a fake out right there. Spore, that's going to go and target the Araquanid. So that's pretty good. Like, I'm going to say that's just good stuff all around. Like, you get the lockdown into the extra lockdown. And are we going to get something else? Ooh. Fancy Toxic Orb on the Breloom. I guess when you're playing with that safety behind the Lopunny, there it is, tightening the focus, and you can do it. Apparently, it works just like that. And there's a lot of potential right here. That outside of Focus Punch, this also seems pretty good for multiple reasons. That Lopunny, you can just after you the Spore into anything. I think we've seen like an after you on Fan Fridays. I don't exactly remember what happened because I think we've done like 8, 9. Are we at 1,000 Fan Fridays? I stopped keeping track a long time ago. But yeah, with this, Breloom's just gonna keep going for it. And I guess as long as one Pokemon's asleep, you can get away with that. So yeah, how much? Well, I mean, I was about to say how much damage is gonna be against the Steelix, but I mean that's stab, incredible amounts of base power, but Steelix actually manages to survive. That might be a bit more surprising right there. And then Steelix is going to go for the Stealth Rock because it's Battle Tree. So my guess is that this is using the Battle Tree as theory crafting and just kind of showing like, oh hey, it works, and you can maybe even use it to sweep the Battle Tree, but then also kind of getting serious for some later battles. So we'll probably see some Battle Spot here pretty soon. And then Drain Punch. Because Drain Punch Poison Heal is also pretty ridiculous on the Breloom. Lopunny, it has solid amounts of damage as well. Like, it all just comes together and works. Is how I feel about this. Because, yeah, like, what if you know that Breloom is going to get focused but can survive, or Lopunny can take a hit but survive? So what you do is just after you the Spore, put down that Pokemon, and then the next turn you just Focus Punch the after you and then get a KO while the other Pokemon's asleep. Like, there seems to be some good natural synergy here, and then these are also just very powerful Pokemon. Problem is, I feel like fighting just completely wrecks this. But yeah, Breloom gets the Spore on the slower Pokemon, Lopunny gets the outspeed as a faster Pokemon, and I think covering for this, you know, you can play everything. Breloom shuts down tanks super hard by just getting that outspeed into sleep. I'm guessing Lopunny... Wait, what? 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 Double Focus Punch? Oh, that's so wrong because you put him to sleep, and then you just... And also, how do you respond to that? You have Lopunny and Breloom double Focus Punching. Unless you hit both of them, you're going to eat something, and it's going to not be good. Oh, that's actually... Okay, so I was also wondering, like, what do we have? Like an Ice Punch? That way we can deal with a couple of issues. You know, flying is going to give us some problems. Ice Punch is also just good coverage overall against things that we can't hit super hard. So yeah, that was pretty fancy. Like I said, there's probably going to be a Battle Spot battle, so let's go and find that. Yeah, so there we are, we're into the next battle, and I was just looking at it, and it is one of those things, like, yeah, Focus Punch, there isn't really anything about how it can't have the priority changed or else it'll fail or something, so you can still use After You, it seems, and then we look at the move for After You, it doesn't even have any. I guess the thing is, when you think about Trick Room, you know, Trick Room is this unmoving, ferocious, negative priority move, and then you know, the turn order and all that weirdness. So when you're playing around with turn order with moves like After You start to get into some pretty gray areas or just like unexplored territory with Pokemon. But even then, it doesn't seem like it's against Trick Room, it's not against Focus Punch or anything like that, and it makes sense. Because if you think about with Trick Room, well, you use After You, and then you use Trick Room, and then there's no other Pokemon for your turn order to get a little messy with. And also, turn order, for the most part, is decided when the moves are locked in. Then after you just has a direct effect on that. So I guess in like old triple battles, even then the Trick Room wouldn't have much of an effect. So some interesting things to consider right there. And then going into the Focus Punch, yeah, it's -3 priority, but let's get rid of that. I guess also using After You on Trick Room has its own benefits, because then that means that with the Trick Room, it can't get out taunted. Like if it's not Prankster Taunt, or if anything would outspeed that, potentially KO the Pokemon, potentially shut it down, can actually get the Trick Room that way. Why haven't we seen that? Just in like those weird niche scenarios, and now we use it for Focus Punch. Again, in doubles, it is pretty risky because one of your Pokemon is vulnerable. That's why you bring in the Breloom. Like Breloom, I love this part about Fan Fridays. I kind of point this out a lot, is that a lot of times we see the theoretical perfect Pokemon for the strategy. That it's like, oh, wait a second, this, I maybe have thought of the strategy before, or someone else could have thought of the strategy, but I didn't think about it in that perfect combo, with that perfect setup to make it about as optimal as possible. And with the Breloom, it gives you that. Fake out Spore, well, now that means if you can KO something with that Drain Punch, or you can just kind of keep that momentum on your side, doesn't matter if one of your Pokemon is vulnerable. And even if one of those Pokemon is vulnerable for a turn, you still don't have to worry about getting directly KO'd, because it seems to be like a tankier Breloom. I'm wondering if it's just like hit point attack, because what's the point of having speed if you're going to be having potential After You shenanigans? Lopunny also gains like a little bit of stats off that Mega Evolution, and it can be pretty bulky, as long as it's not getting like just one-shot super effective hits and stuff. So that's something to consider. Swampert going to come in with that Protect. Either way, like whatever gets hit doesn't get hit, GG like that. So Lopunny's going to go for the Fake Out. Now we're going to see how advanced this play gets. Breloom Spore onto the Raikou, because two things are happening. Opponent's switching that Swampert because there's a Breloom there, or the opponent is going to Protect on the Swampert because there's a Breloom there. So you just double down, like the one Pokemon that gets moved for that turn, keep it out of the game. So that's going to be a withdrawal on the Swampert. Going into the Entei, looking for a bit more fancy. Entei is going to be also taking down a hacker with some shenanigans. Always love it. Entei is going to be interesting, because I don't think there's enough damage on that Focus Punch to take down the Entei. So Lopunny going to return onto the Raikou. Just get the KO. Okay, I guess you can do that too. That's cool. And Breloom's going to Seed Bomb. Oh wait, right, that was right, it was a switch turn. So I was like, yeah, was it going to be just the Focus Punch onto the the Swampert? Looks like no, and then there's an Umbreon there. So putting out a delicious, juicy Dark-type Pokemon in the face of two fighting types. Alright, Breloom's going to Titan Focus, Lopunny's going to go for the After You. If this KOs the Entei, I am going to be absurdly surprised. Focus Punch onto the Entei. Damn. That's good. And that's Rocky Helmet too. That's why, because I'm like, Entei's generally a bulky Pokemon. I need to run that damage calculation after this battle. Going into, I don't think Curse is going to save this this Umbreon after we see that damage come through. So that's something. And then Breloom going to get that Poison Heal, almost back up to full, just like that. Also can't be status. It's like, cool. Will-O-Wisp isn't going to affect it anymore. Don't have to worry about anything. That's going to be pretty free. Swampert comes in. The opponent just forfeit. Okay. I don't really know. I guess I gotta get a damage calculation up, see what happened. Alright, now before we get into those damage calculations, I did also remember something else. Assist. Assist does not work with Focus Punch. I was just kind of adding to that stigma of like weird things that don't work with Focus Punch because maybe the priority and like the interactions and stuff. Same with the Me First. Won't copy Focus Punch and stuff like that. So getting into damage calculations are also pretty interesting. So it looks like the Focus Punch on the Breloom just has high potential for high amounts of damage, does all kinds of crazy things. And having the Seed Bomb combo into the Focus Punch was enough to KO, but it looks like it wasn't a tank invested Entei, which I guess is also something that you do see. I was expecting, if it had more hit point investment, would have been a bit more difficult to KO. And then let's add that to the Seed Bomb. Just see how much we had. Actually, yeah, like not very high chance to KO if it was like full hit point investment, any defense investment or stuff like that. But I guess when you break down the Entei, it does have a high chance of being offensive. So I guess just good damage rolls potentially, because like I know Entei was missing some health after that Seed Bomb, but I still didn't think there was enough after that Focus Punch. At the end of the day though, 130 attacking Pokemon using a 150 base power move, going to be pretty hard to contend with. And with that, let's go into the last battle submission that we have. This one looks to be pretty pretty intense because, yeah, Garchomp, that's just a bulky Pokemon. Hurry, while the thing is going, how much damage do we do against the Garchomp with all this fun stuff? Got the damage calculation. Boom. Focus Punch, not a one-hit KO. So yeah, it's kind of what I'm looking at. Like, you know, the average Pokemon is just going to get completely wrecked by this. But the anything else that has like above average bulk, not going to be that insane. Which is why I feel like this strategy has like these weird moments. But let's go and watch the battle, see how this one ends up playing out. And Lopunny with that fake out. So yeah, you fake out the Garchomp, shut it down just like that, Breloom with the Spore, and it looks like the Spore is going to target the Garchomp in anticipation of, you know, Rotom switching or protecting, because, hey, Seed Bomb onto Rotom, that's just free damage you don't want to have to worry about when it can be protected or swapped. But Rotom is going to take that Will-O-Wisp, and Will-O-Wisp is targeting the Lopunny, which, as an after-use support, kind of not the worst, but we have seen this Lopunny want to take the offensive, so then Breloom will be poisoned by Toxic Orb, which means now it's not going to be vulnerable to that Will-O-Wisp. So so Breloom having some quality of life right there. Garchomp, it's asleep, and Lopunny is going to still go for damage on that return. So it looks like we're not seeing the Focus Punch, and I guess that's just because of the situation. Why Focus Punch when you can hit Rotom for more super effective damage? Like, that's one way you can look at the Focus Punch. The Focus Punch neutral is almost as much damage as a super effective Seed Bomb. So just pretend that Pokemon's getting hit with a super effective Seed Bomb, and that's the damage we're looking at. So Discharge comes in. See, Lopunny has good natural bulk, I guess, like that. And Breloom hardly takes any damage, heals up most of it off of that Poison Heal. Garchomp's still asleep and getting outsped. So like, everything just looks so nice. Lopunny's speed covers for the Breloom in unexpected ways. Like, we're not seeing the Focus Punch strat, but this is still working. You know, you just fake out, you Spore, you combo, you outspeed, you damage. Breloom's kind of backing it up. As long as it's not getting hit with super effective hits, it seems just fine. Now, that is going to be the Electric Seed, raising Tapu's defense. Alright, Garchomp, that's going to be another return, so taking some damage. Seed Bomb onto Tapu Koko hits well, but that Electric Seed going to make it to where Tapu Koko is a 3-hit KO instead of a 2-hit KO, and now Breloom's at full health. Garchomp getting the bad RNG and staying asleep, so could have had an opportunity to just wake up, pop the Lopunny right there, but doesn't have it, and then Lopunny still outspeeds, gets the return. So I think that's just kind of like the trade that we're accepting right now, you know? Even with that, having a Pokemon faster than Tapu Koko and that Lopunny, very nice to have as well. And Nature's Madness comes through, hits the Breloom, half its health, and Seed Bomb in return. So unless crit, Tapu Koko's still going to be alive, and that's kind of the breakdown. So Poison Heal comes through, and there we go. So standard stuff. We haven't seen like the after you shenanigans just yet, but could get fancy. Then we have Alakazam come in. Okay, so Alakazam going to go to mix things up as well, and that's going to be the Mega Stone. So this is actually kind of unfortunate. Like, we had either super effective hit on that Seed Bomb, and now we have Fairy and Psychic types. So there's really nothing to do the Focus Punch combo with. And now it's high amounts of speed and high amounts of threat. Oh, Lopunny with the return onto the Alakazam, and then that's going to be the Dazzling Gleam. I feel that could have been played a little better, maybe. Like, maybe do the after you. Wait, I keep getting all this tripped up. Yeah, the after you into the Spore onto the Alakazam, something like that maybe, or just going for the KO on Tapu Koko because you can, and that would pretty much ruin the opponent's day. So now we have Bullet Seed coming out. So I got that just outspeed dunk onto Tapu Koko. Not a lot of damage, though. It, like, really needs that skill link to do something. Needs to find those flinches as well. But, hey, it took out the Tapu Koko in the end, and that's going to be a feint right there. And Alakazam, just using that Dazzling Gleam. Unfortunately, the split damage non-stab on even a Pokemon like Alakazam's not going to be crazy. But then Beartic, with the coverage, takes down Alakazam, and now it's done. Rotom, whatever it does, it's just going to get outsped Bullet Seed, and then bad things happen, and that's going to be a GG. Backup damage from the Beartic if we need it. And there we go. So yeah, that's going to be... Oh, why does everything has the Focus Punch just because? So showing the Focus Punch off in the end with not enough damage to take out Rotom. Oh, that's unfortunate. But it's because, like, hey, my Cinccino is pretty fast too. and then I can do the bear tick with this, because why not? I guess if you have a Pokemon Faint, might as well bring in another Pokemon that does exactly what everything else is doing, for fun. So now, cutting that out, outspeed, bullet speed, taking down the Rotom, just showing the flex that they could. That's gonna be it. So yeah, I've already talked enough, I feel, about how weird things happen. You know, it's just like, yeah, this is a mechanic. I'm pretty sure a lot of people already knew about this, but it just comes down to if, like, you explored it. Like I said, I might have even shown this on Fan Fridays. I might have talked about this at some point, I just don't remember. But it is a doable thing, and it has good amounts of support in the 7th generation, because Mega Evolution getting that speed initially works pretty well. A lot of things just kind of end up working out for this. So you guys enjoy the battle, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you very much for watching.